To catch their attention, your email must be short, but concise and to the point. Welcome aboard. This is your college concierge speaking. I'll always be right here for your studying Korea dream. Before you watch this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. It definitely helps me keep making informative videos for you. Alright, I've received so many requests from you, and much more to make a video about how to smartly contact professors who can possibly be your future mentors or supervisors during your study as a GKS scholar. If you have watched my videos, you can realize how important it is to have a good bond with them. If you don't know why, I highly recommend you watch my other videos and come back. I see you're very much worried if they don't reply to your email for many reasons. One major reason is that your email is too long to be read, including a lot of flattering words and expressions. I'm sorry, but they've already received a lot of those emails, and they're already tired of it. To catch their attention, your email must be short, but concise, and to the point. So, today, I'm going to teach you step by step how to make your email attractive and ultimately get response from your future advisor. Now, let's begin. First, know yourself. Choosing what you want to study is the very first step before writing an email. If you're a master's degree holder and plan to do your PhD as a GKS scholar, then it would be relatively easy for you to answer the first step. But if you aim for a bachelor's or master's degree, I suggest you spend much time doing research about the subject you would like to study. Why am I emphasizing this? You will find out by the end of this video, so don't skip and just go with the flow with me. Number 2, decide who you contact. Many of you might think where you study is the most important factor, but choosing the right professor for your GKS program can be more vital. They're the one who can lead you to obtaining your target degree. If you're an undergraduate program applicant, you might underestimate this because you might think writing a thesis and meeting an advisor are not as important as graduate program applicants do. However, as I said in my other videos, professors can play a critical role in the selection process. Plus, what if you would like to continue your study after finishing your AA or BA program? Then in the future, you might need their letters of recommendation, or they could pull some strings for your studying Korea dream. Consequently, no matter what degree program you aim for, it's absolutely imperative to find the best advisor when applying for GKS. Then you might ask me how to find their emails. There are 2 ways. First, needless to say, go to university websites and find their emails. These days, many Korean university websites are optimized for international students, so you can easily find their contact information. If you can't, then I recommend you skip the university because chances are their student support system is relatively poor for international students. But if you desperately wish to go to this certain university, then here's the second way. Email the international office first and ask them to provide you with a professor's email. If you're an undergrad applicant and haven't figured out what detailed field of study in the subject you would like to study, then ask the international office if they can introduce you to a professor who is willing to accept international students. Number 3. Use Gmail. I've seen many of you use either a local or school email address. But if you do so, your email can be filtered as spam. Therefore, I recommend you make a Gmail account. Disclaimer: I wasn't asked to promote Gmail. But don't make your email ID like I love BTS or Blackpink is the best. I know you are fond of them, but you don't have to show it to your future godmother or godfather. And if possible, make a Gmail ID with your full name only and avoid using numbers. Let's say your name is Jimin Park. Then just use your full name as your email like jiminpark@gmail.com. But try to avoid making your email like jiminpark1013@gmail.com. An email account without numbers looks more formal. However, if your name is so common and you can make your email account without using numbers, then you have no choice but to use some numbers. But if I were you, I'd rather try using Mr. or Ms. before my name as Plan B. Number 4. Do lucky 5 cents magic. As I told you in the beginning, if your email is so long, professors hardly reply to you. Therefore, I suggest you write an email with 5 sentences maximum. If you're an undergrad program applicant, include what GKS is in 1 or 2 sentences, why you want to study the subject through GKS, and why you are contacting them. If the international office has recommended contacting them, then don't be afraid to tell them the truth. At the end of the email, ask if they accept international students and thank them for their time reading your email. And if you're a graduate program applicant, include what GKS is, what you have worked on, and why you're contacting them. If you have a reference, then it's good to mention his or her name in the email. But avoid asking questions you can find on your own or questions that may make them feel uncomfortable. For example, don't ask them about GKS requirements or if they can help you become a GKS scholar. Number 5. Attach your CV or resume, letter of recommendation, and the GKS guidelines. Last but not least, since you write a short email, you need to back it up with your CV or resume, letter of recommendation, and the GKS guidelines. If they are interested in you, they'll open up the attachments. If you're an undergraduate program applicant, I recommend you attach your personal statement instead of your CV because you have less to talk about in it. And if you have lab experience, you should write it in your personal statement. It shows you that you have some knowledge with the research process. Also, attaching a letter of recommendation is a bonus, meaning you have someone to guarantee you as a successful candidate for GKS. Lastly, attach the GKS guidelines in Korean so that your potential advisor can get some ideas about the program. I've never heard of a student receiving an unpleasant reply, so it's not going to hurt you to email your possible mentors. And I understand it can be stressful to talk to them. But don't you want to increase your chance of being selected for GKS? Then don't be afraid and go for it. Thanks for watching. Now, enjoy your flight.